They have one more try. So somebody is wanting to give, have another chance, or, you know, get one more try. It's like they don't want a connection to be over with. They feel like something is worth fighting for. Then you have chemistry. Yeah. As this popped out in the reverse. So, okay, this could be somebody, and this could be you. This could be someone that you're attached to, someone that you have detached from. This could be someone who wants to come towards you, different people that they're attached to, people that they have detached from. This is masculine and feminine energy, past, present, or near future. So you have to take what resonates and just leave what doesn't. Somebody wanted to give something another try. Like they wanted one more chance. They felt like something was worth fighting for. But as the chemistry popped out in the reverse, another person didn't feel that way. It's like, you know, the other person felt like there wasn't any mutual attraction between them and that person. They're not sexually attracted to that person. They don't have any passion for that person. And any chemistry with that person. Yeah, then you have storm. It's like right after that, if this person did not want to give it another try and the other person did, they wanted to create some type of havoc, like negativity, conflict. Yeah, it was something that was unexpected that happened. So with this storm card being here, it could have been a sudden change. Like, you know, they could have been accustomed to that person constantly going back and forth with them or giving them one more chance or something like that. But something was just over, like somebody just up and changed and they no longer, you know, it's like somebody was being real about the situation. Like, there's no chemistry, there's no attraction. I don't have any passion for you. It's like they didn't want anything to do with that person. Storm is here. Like something was just over. And they didn't, this was unexpected for whoever the person is that expected to get this person to fight for something, or they wanted that person to fight for the connection that they were in. Yeah, different paths. It's like two people are on two different paths. These are people that have different paths. These are people that don't want the same things out of life. And it was like that, you know, this person, whoever the person is that did not want to give it another try, they were realizing like it's time for them to face reality. Like face something. Yeah. It's like they were stuck between, you know, a stalemate, like at a crossroad. Should I choose what's better for me and move on to something new? Or should I stay attached to this person that I don't have any chemistry, attraction, passion for? We're on two different paths. We're on two different pages. We don't share the same values. You know, we don't share the same goals. It's like they're the total opposite. It's like somebody was forced to face that. Yeah, whatever they wanted out of life was different from whatever that person wanted, with this different paths being here. Yeah, acceptance and optimism. So yeah, it's like that person is accepting something and they, you know, they could have just moved on. They were feeling good about it. You know, they were trying to stay in a positive energy. Yeah, it's like they had to accept something for what it was, learn a lesson, and move on. And they realized that that was going to help them attract happiness, or this, you know, them being in a content, happy mindset in life in general. And the right people were going to come to them. Yeah. Or the right person will come to them. because they just felt like something, they didn't have anything with that person and they weren't going to keep trying, giving something another try. And this was unexpected to whoever the person is that wanted, you know, this person to give them another chance, or they wanted that person to fight for something with them. Yeah, Five of Cups. And then Ace of Swords. So yeah, somebody is definitely disappointed because that person have gained mental clarity. They realize that that person is someone that was just not for them. Yeah, and they accepted that. Learned a lesson from whatever they went through with that person and they moved on. Like they're disappointed because that person have gained some type of mental clarity, or they found out the truth. Yeah, and something is just over. The Death card is here. Yeah, it's like that person have ended out a cycle. This was something that they needed to do. You have Temperance in the reverse. Somebody is angry. It's like that person did not want to let something go. They didn't want that person to let this situation go. They could have went through a lot of conflict with that person, chaos and drama, and that was affecting the situation or the relationship that they were in with that person. Yeah. And they wanted something to change. You have the Page of Pentacles. And then the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody's definitely realized that they needed to learn some type of lesson in order to balance something out or get their self more balanced out. Because they weren't able to be balanced out around that person. They could have been in the energy of negativity, as I said, conflict, drama with that person. This could have been a toxic relationship. And they had that person unbalanced, like with the Temperance in the reverse. They could have been angry a lot, mad. You have the Sun card. Yeah, it's like somebody needed to get themselves grounded out so they could have peace. They could be content. The Sun card is here. Be more happy. And you have with the acceptance and optimism, that person on that card, they're feeling good. And then you have a Sun on that card. So it's like detaching from whoever that person is was something that they were supposed to do. And they felt, it's like they felt good. They were happy. They were at peace. You have the High Priestess. And then the Eight of Swords. I'm so done. This person is someone, whoever this person is that they were attached to, they were doing a lot of stuff that was hidden. Like they did something that that person did not know to like keep them binded to them or attached to them. This is why this never worked out. It was always chaos, conflict. If that person was someone that was playing with like black magic or spell work or something like that, manipulation, trickery to try to keep that person attached to them, that person was never in the energy where they had some type of chemistry for them or attraction for them or passion for them. You know, they could have just been attached to that person trying to figure out why they can't distance themselves from that person. You know, disgusted of that person. But the person never knew. It's like they were just tolerating that person and they didn't understand why. It's because they were learning some type of lesson with the Page of Pentacles being here and they needed to see that. Like pay attention to something. Yeah. You have the Nine of Swords. Whatever this person had done did, they could have got exposed for it. With this Nine of Swords being here, like somebody could have started gossiping about it, or it came out. And this was something that they feared. Because like they got caught up for something that was hidden, like something that they did to that person. Maybe that person never knew. And they were trying to figure out why couldn't they, they're not attracted to this person. They don't have any passion for this person. And there's no chemistry there. They don't share the same values or the same goals. It's like they're on two different time frames. It's like that person was doing something and it came out, like it got exposed. To like keep that person binded to them or attached to them or to feel stuck to them. You have the Page of Swords. And then the Hangman. Then you have the Four of Swords. And then the Eight of Wands. So yeah, it's like that person, if they got exposed, like say if somebody went up to whoever this person is and they told that person like, hey, this person did this or they did that. Whoever the person is, this other person, it's like something came to them like, hey, they needed to research this or start researching something. And this is how they gain some type of mental clarity about that person, because the Hangman is here. They were getting enlightened. This person took out time to heal, recover. If they found out that person had to play some type of spell work over them, they were cleansing their self. It's like they made some type of change real quick. Like this was a sudden change that somebody did not expect. Eight of Wands is here. Yeah, and that person came to a realization like, that's why they could not detach from that person. Because they're not attracted to that person. They don't have any chemistry with that person. There's no, nothing is there. Wow. It's like they're just attaching somebody. This is sad and toxic, but what I'm getting is that being attached to a person for a long time and you're just tolerating that person, and it's like you're someone you're realizing that you don't have love for that person. You don't have chemistry for that person. And what came to mind was that I don't care. So it's like somebody could have been in the energy where they did not care about that person. Like they just started, everything was just slowly. They didn't care about that person. They didn't care if that person needed this or what happened with that person. If that person got in this and they couldn't get out, they just didn't care. But another person was, in the energy where they felt like they got that person trapped. Eight of Swords, High Priestess. This was hidden. That person would never know. And then they ended up getting exposed and that person started researching. And they were getting more and more enlightened on how to cleanse their self, keep their self isolated away from that person. Wow. And it's like somebody is disappointed there and regret because something is over and that person have gained mental clarity about something that took place that was hidden for a long time. You have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's like somebody came in and said something to that person. I spoke the truth about whoever this person is. You have the Two of Pentacles. Then you have the Seven of Swords and the Strength card. Whoever this person is somebody that thought they had some type of control with whatever they were doing. Like they thought this made them powerful. And for a long time, that person could have got away with it. And they felt like they had that person's control or control over that person. They had that person's power. You have justice. This person could have did something deceptive to whoever this person is that came out and said something or spoke the truth about them, and justice is being served for that person. Because it's like whoever the person is, they overcame whatever this was. If something happened in a sneaky, deceptive way. Like somebody was intentionally trying to deceive a person because they, had them worried or they exposed them. It's like they wanted that person to be unsure about whatever it is that this Queen of Swords said. So they figured they would do something that was sneaky and deceptive and they would get away with it. But it's like whoever that person is someone who have powerful ancestors. So it's like they haven't ran up on the wrong person. Whoever this Queen of Swords is, that person was supposed to expose it. They could have been attached to that person for 8 years or something like that. This could have been 6 to 8 years they could have been attached to that person. And they didn't know this person had done did this. Like place something over them to keep them stuck or bind it. And that person didn't understand why they were attached to that person. Why they felt obligated to look out for that person or do something for that person. And they got to the point where they just did not care. This is sad. Yeah. And it's like the reason why this person overcame whatever this deception was, this person that spoke the truth, is because they had them brought in justice. They spoke the truth. This is why they were able to overcome this deception. You have the 10 of Cups and then the 9 of Cups. And then you have the Lovers. So yeah, this person is someone that definitely they're happy. If this is someone that found out that they have a divine connection with you, and they've been sitting back researching or something like that, you could have been a person that spoke the truth about this. This took this person by surprise, but that person, they feel like they have a lot of chemistry with you. That person is very passionate about you. They feel like there's a deep bond between you and them. Like that person could be feeling you even though you're not attached to them. They're constantly thinking about you. You're always on that person's mind. They could be in an energy where if they're out and about, they're wondering if they're going to see you or run into you. It's like these are people that are, if this is your twin, it's like that person is always with you. You're always with that person. Yeah, so it's like that person was happy. They feel like their dreams have came true after finding out they have a divine connection with you. Yeah, somebody definitely wanted to have that person stuck. They wanted that person to feel bound to them. That person will always feel like they could never get out of that connection with whoever this person is. They will always be giving something another try. That was not worth it. You know, that person needed to be focusing on their self. Focusing on self-love. Releasing whatever this was. You have separation. Yeah. So this was definitely like, you know, and then growth. Yeah. So it's like if you and this person have been in separation, and this is the person that is your divine counterpart, it was only for growth. Like you had your own separate growth that you needed to separate things that you needed to do for growth. That person had their own set of things that they needed to do to grow. You have new love. You have divine connection. And then stalker. So yeah, somebody is definitely sitting back. Whoever that person is, they could have started stalking you because they knew that you have a divine connection with that person. And they could have knew way before that person knew. And this is what the high priestess is here. You know, that's sacred knowledge, something that's hidden. So they knew a lot about that person. They knew a lot about you. And this is the only reason why they were trying to keep that person in the Eight of Swords, like stuck, feeling restricted from new love. This was to keep you and that person in separation. It's sad. And so this person was sitting back stalking you, spying on you. I don't know why this popped out again. Panicking is here. It's like that person is sitting back panicking. Stability. You could be someone that's very stable. You just have your own stability. Then you have exposure. And then deception. Yeah, it's like that person is sitting back there in the Nine of Swords because they got exposed for some type of deception that took place. As I said, if you're the one that spoke the truth to that person and helped them gain some type of mental clarity where they wanted to research something, that person did something that was deceptive to you. But it's like you overcame that. They've watched you grow from a situation and justice be served for you because you were speaking the truth. Yeah, this is somebody that was trying to use children. So they could have been trying to use your children to try to, cause some type of deception towards you. And they got exposed. Yeah, you're someone that's an influencer. This is someone that thought they would bring negativity to you, or people will look at you as a negative person. Yeah, this is a karmic soulmate that they were attached to. And everything backfired. This person did all of this out of jealousy because they knew this sacred knowledge about you and this person. I'm so done. Love yourself popped out again. So it's like that person chose to love their self. It's like they looked at the situation. Hey, I don't have any chemistry with that person. I'm not attracted to that person. I don't have any passion for that person. Me and that person are on two different pages. Let me stand up and love myself. Let me learn the valuable lesson that I needed to learn from that person and move forward. Yeah, but that person didn't want that person to. You have manipulation. Yeah, they use manipulation to try to keep that person stuck. And then you have karmic justice. So karmic justice is definitely being served. You have tarot card reading. That person could have been getting tarot card readings, and this is how they were trying to manipulate that person or manipulate other people. They could have been trying to get other people to feel sorry for them, to talk to that person for them. Hey, you need to work it out with that person. Give it one more try. It's sad. You have chaos and conflict. Yeah, that person was definitely using tarot card readings to manipulate a situation. You have Libra. You could be a Libra. One of these people could be a Libra. Needy and codependent. And then leader. You've changed. So you're definitely being viewed as someone that's a leader. And this person could have been in an energy where they're someone that is very needy and codependent. So it's like they can't stand up and lead their own life. They don't know how to build a stable foundation for themselves. They always have a lot of chaos and conflict going on, different things like that. And it's like they seen something in you that they didn't see in themselves that intimidated that person. And they were behind the scenes, like using tarot card reading, spying, doing whatever they were doing to try to have that person bind it to them. Instead of working on their self, looking at, realizing that, hey, this situation is not for me. This person is not attracted to me. They don't have any passion for me. let me go and heal whatever I need to heal. Because this is, these people attracted each other for a reason. Both of these people had lessons that they needed to learn. It's like one person was learning the lesson and moving forward or wanting to move forward. Another person just didn't want them to. Because it's like somebody felt like they had some type of control with whatever they had been doing, and it was hidden for a long time. So it's like they didn't care about, working on their self or healing and learning a lesson from it. They were angry. This person was accustomed to getting what they wanted. I'm so done. Yeah, this is someone who does not want to work. And then you have regret. They could have tolerated that person for a long time. And they just realized, that person was too codependent on them. That person was too needy. This person is someone who does not want to work. And they allowed it for a long time. And that person was in that energy of, what you were dealing with. I'm so done. You have blockages. And then you have they need to move on. Yeah, it's like somebody is just sitting back in the energy of regret, because whatever blockages that they were trying to do, like manipulation, trickery, to try to keep that person in separation from you, they have sat back and watched growth. It's like they've watched that person accept something and move forward, realize something, gain this mental clarity, and end out a cycle. They've sat back and watched you grow. And it's like they're in the same energy blockages. It's like they feel blocked off from something. It's like because whatever they were doing was something that was negative, and this is why it was not going to work. Yeah, this was definitely somebody that was a hidden enemy to them. That person was just there to teach them a lesson. This person was definitely some type of past life karma. You have proposal. And then you have divine timing. So this person is someone they feel like it's the perfect time to come towards you. Or they're realizing something that they're realizing, or you're realizing that something is just going to take place during divine timing, like at the perfect time. This person is going to come towards you. They want to offer you love. Yeah, it's like this person is someone you make them happy. They have romantic feelings for you. This is someone that you're going to, it's going to be instant attraction, chemistry, mutual love between two people. It's like you and this person are going to be like attached to each other like magnets. You're going to fall in love with this person. You have surrender. And then single. So yeah, somebody definitely needed to release something and guard their energy. Spend a lot of time alone so they would be able to heal from whatever this was. Yeah, I don't know why on this surrender card I'm getting patience. Yeah, somebody needed to be more patient with their self. You have snake. And then intuition. Yeah, this is sad. It's like somebody had a gut feeling about this person. Like they just knew that person was someone that was not for them. Then you have unfinished business and then player. Yeah, so this, whoever this person is, if this person is in this energy where they're very guarded, they're trying to figure out how can they communicate with that person, call that person, reach out to that person, test that person, you know, manipulate that person. They don't want something to be over. With this player card, this is definitely like a karmic, but it's like somebody already know the truth, like they've gained clarity with the truth being here. And then you have relationship. Signs and synchronicities. So it's like if this is somebody that feel like that they'll be able to go back towards that person, manipulate that person, test that person. This person knows that that person is a karmic. It's like they've, I'm done. They've sat back and researched, you know, this divine connection and false twin flames and twin flame connections and different things like that. So they know why they were attached to that person, but another person, they don't know that that person have been doing like research. It's like somebody is expecting for somebody to go back and forth with them. And this is it's like, as I said, this is past, some type of past life karma. If they're used to going back and forth with that person in cycles and cycles and cycles, doing the same thing over and over again and not getting anything out of it, that's what they're accustomed to. So, of course, they're going to be in the energy of wanting to go back and forth with that person. Manipulate that person. Try to see how they can trick that person and charm that person. It's like somebody is realizing that it wasn't about that person, it was about them. They needed to gain this mental clarity for their self. This was a life lesson for them. And as it was, everybody is learning lessons, but that person is someone that's going to go through some type of karma, like from lifetimes ago. Because when that person chose to realize they don't have any chemistry with that person, they just want to spend some time alone, they want to be single, they just kept doing whatever they were doing. They wanted you to pay because they knew that you were that person's divine counterpart. They kept trying to create some type of confusion behind the scenes. They wanted that person to feel stuck to them or trapped to them. They're constantly getting tarot card readings, spying and stalking on you. There's different stuff like that. So it's like they weren't learning the lesson that they were supposed to be learning. They're going to constantly keep themselves wrapped in negative karma. But this person that have gained, you know, the truth, learned the lessons that they needed to learn, which was a karmic lesson, they've been getting messages from the universe. Yeah, music is here. And then you have liquid courage. And then travel. This is somebody that wants to have, like, they want to get away with you. That person could be someone who wants to, like, do something different. It's like they want to get away, have a good time with you, and distance themselves from something. Maybe it's an environment. This is something that that person wouldn't normally do. This is what they want to come towards you and do. Like they just want to get away from something. You have mystery. And then social media. Then you have toxic relationship. Wow. Whoever this person is, this is somebody that's just desperate. Like that person could be under some type of fake account. It's, as I said, that person is accustomed to doing something over and over and over again, just stuck. Doing the same thing, not getting anything out of it. And they could be under some type of fake account. I don't know why I'm getting this. And then you have addictions. Oh, I'm so done. And then roll the dice. This person could be planning on trying to like reach out to you or something. Yeah, with this social media card, unknown, confusing is here. Toxic relationship, addiction, roll the dice. This could be this person could be trying to threaten that person, or they want to try to reach out to you to try to confuse you about that person, something like that. This is sad. Oh, excuse me. This is sad, and that person is someone, as I said, they're accustomed to this. Yeah, it's like somebody is oh, excuse me. Somebody is stuck in the energy that they wanted that person to stay in with them. Like this was definitely like something that was toxic. This is somebody that's trying to figure out how can they trigger that person. Like online or something like that. That person could have dealt with some type of addiction, some type of drug habit or something like that. Yeah, they were in a toxic karmic cycle. They, had toxic attachments, and they could have did drugs with that person. And it's like that person could be, trying to expose that person, or wanting to see if they can confuse you about something about that person. With mystery being there. And it's just sad. Because it's like this person do not know that they can't confuse you about this person. Whatever this person went through in that cycle, you could have just prayed for that person. You're not going to sit back and judge that person. You're not going to sit back and look at that person any different. Everybody go through things. It's up to you if you're going to stay stuck in that same cycle, dealing with the same thing over and over again, repeating the same patterns over and over again, not seeing the bigger picture about something, and wanting what's best for you. So it's not up to you to sit back and judge that person. But this is somebody that's small-minded. That person could feel like if they, try to cause some type of confusion, tell you a whole bunch of stuff that person went through or dealt with, or they did to them in a toxic karmic cycle, that would make you look at that person different. Yeah, this is what that person, that could be this situation, or they're trying to figure out how can they trigger that person to try to keep that person attached to them, or get that person to come back towards them, something like that. And it's like they know that person does not have any attraction for them, any chemistry with them. That person, they don't have any affection for them, or something like that. It's like they don't care about that person, and this is why they're doing what they're doing. And I don't know if they're thinking that the way that they're acting or whatever they did is going to make that person care. It only has that person in the energy of being guarded.